Good morning. I'm so glad that we got a few people in here. If anyone's got a question, I know we had some pretty wild energy this week. If you've been having physical symptoms, welcome to the party. Because it has been a very physically draining week. Just a lot going on astrologically, and then a lot more going on how that impacts us personally. So if you've been feeling that, just know that we're building towards something. We have the full moon tomorrow, Sunday, full moon tomorrow. And then another like kind of full week of bizarre, weird stuff that is unfolding astrologically. And then after that, just making sure that you guys can see me. Okay. And then after that, we've got our new moon in Leo, and then it sort of simmers out for a little bit. So I had 3, now it's down to 1, but no questions so far. Let me just pop in here. Hi. Okay. Any questions for the chat? Anybody have any questions? Hi, everybody. Anybody have questions? The chat is where you will drop your questions. I know it's taking me a minute to figure this out too. So thank you guys for being patient with me. This is the first time I've ever streamed on YouTube, but I know a lot of people had access problems with the Zoom. So last time. So I just thought this would be a little bit easier. Okay, what's going on with your love life? Okay, great. I'm not going to ask this deck. I'm going to ask another deck. I'm going to go generic because the question's kind of generic. If at any point you have follow-ups or specifications or anything like that, just let me know. Let's see what comes out. Okay. Hang tight. Okay. Well, some of what's coming up here is I'm getting almost like 2 separate things. The first thing that I'm feeling is like an overall sense of restriction and boredom, but this feels almost past to me. So I don't know, reflection on relationships past, like the ghosts of relationships past has been around in the past couple of days. So I am almost getting the impression that there's a reflection here. I don't know if this person is still in your life, but it's definitely not something that's entirely present, meaning I don't feel that this is a relationship that is currently unfolding for you. It feels to me like looking at what was, and actually even taking off the rose colored glasses, because in some ways when I look at this past relationship, it feels like somebody that you put up on a pedestal, or even idealized, or like the one that got away, like that sort of language or feeling. But then when I actually look at the cards, like, I'm bored, I feel restricted. It's actually that the relationship wasn't living up to the vision that you had of it in your head. Now, astrologically, this fits also because right now we have Saturn going through Pisces. That is a very sobering energy. It is like taking off the rose colored glasses and being like, oh, okay, I didn't see this for the truth of what it was before. So if you've been reflecting on that relationship so far, that's okay. I feel like you're supposed to be reflecting on it so that you can actually start to build the foundation of what is coming next. Because again, astrologically, we're going to be in the space of really solidifying a new foundation tomorrow in our full moon. We have a full moon in Capricorn. And so it's kind of like hey, where has the foundation really not been stable? That was this relationship. But it's giving you the opportunity to reflect on that so that you can actually start to ground into what stability does look like and what you actually need in a relationship to be fulfilled. Not just what you think you were getting, but what you actually are going to need. Now, I do feel somebody either coming in or already in the picture. To me, this feels like somebody that's coming in. I almost am getting the impression, like intuitively, that they're not there yet. And I also feel that the connection is going to come through work. Really wise, really pragmatic, but fun. I don't feel like it's so linear that they're boring. I actually just feel like it may feel boring to you because they are the definition of stability. So it's not necessarily the big romantic gestures or, like almost like your energy is recalibrating, and you have to acknowledge that, because what you were attracted to, especially in this past relationship, wasn't good for you. But that is where that chemistry feeling comes from. So when I look into this new person, it's almost like, oh, but I'm not getting that feeling. You shouldn't, because this is somebody who's actually stable and consistent and who is going to put in the work to make you happy and fulfilled and actually plug into your relationship and not make you doubt the relationship at all. So, I almost feel like be patient with yourself as your energy recalibrates. If this person isn't already in your life, it's coming, and it feels like it's coming pretty soon. I also don't feel that they live near you. I don't know if I feel like you're moving or they're moving, but like, and it doesn't have to be that it's moving far, because I didn't just feel like necessarily like many, many states, but kind of feels like in the same vicinity, like East Coast, let's just say, but not necessarily the same state or like even the same part of the state. Like there's definitely a relocation that's going to happen, but the connection comes through work. So just pay attention to who you're meeting, either at work events. It could be a networking opportunity, something like that. It doesn't have to be necessarily in your company or in your job. It could be adjacent to or kind of around the perimeter of, but it's definitely connected to career. Lovely. Other questions? Do we have other questions in the chat? Hello. Hi. Anybody else? I'm glad the chat is this. I'm glad this is working. I wasn't sure how this was going to work, but it seems to be working okay. Any questions? Anybody got? Okay. Where will my business be? Like location-wise, Lisa? Okay. I'm feeling like I need to use another deck for this. Let's see. Okay. I've got Watson just sitting here. Watson's looking over us today. And I also kind of feel like my cats back here are Watson, but normally Watson loves to be like right in the center of the action, but he's looking over us today. I feel like he's coming into his energy as a familiar. I don't know why that just stood out to me. He's kind of just chill, hanging out over there. He's like, oh, here she goes, flipping her cards again. Okay, Lisa, timing is key here, and that's part of why you haven't been able to find something. I know that that's not necessarily, okay. All right, Jen, I saw that. I'll get to that next. So I know that you asked like very specific location. I'll get to it. And right away I just heard Farmingdale. That's what I just heard, but there's a timing issue. It's a timing thing. And that's a part of why you haven't been able to find something. I also just heard not on Main Street. It's not on that main strip, but it is in Farmingdale. And I'm almost feeling like it's a house. I don't know if that's right. But I'm seeing it as more, I'm not seeing it as like a commercial space. I'm seeing it as more of a house. So that's how it's kind of presenting to me psychically. But when I look at the cards, it's all about timing. And also, there is supposed to be a business partner to come in with you. And to me, the energy feels masculine. Doesn't have to be that it's a man, but I actually kind of do feel like it is. So it didn't really come out necessarily. Masculine energy is what came out more. But that's part of it. It's like you're waiting for the right person to kind of come in and do this with you. And then on the other hand, I also feel like it's a timing issue. And I don't feel like it's going to come to fruition until well, I feel like you're going to find this space in August. So you're not far from finding this space, but I don't feel like you're actually going to move into the space and be working in there until like New Year. So it's almost like somebody's got to write out their contract or something like that. But just keep your eyes open because I do feel that there is a business already in there. I do feel that there's a business already in there. And then the card that came out for you is the Magician with that, which means that when everything kind of starts to solidify and come together, that's when you have like the Midas touch. So it's just a timing issue. That's really how I feel it. And I do feel like you'll find the space sooner than you'll be in it. Okay. Let's see. I'm looking at Teresa's question. Let's see what needs to come out. And we've got time, so if anyone has other questions or follow-up questions, I mean, there's a small bunch of us today, but I'm going to anticipate Chad and her love life. Okay. Okay, lots of stuff is flipping over and they're all financial cards, but let me just get really clear here. Okay, I don't know what she does. Yeah, okay. Um, I don't know what she does, but when I asked about money, family came out. Um, I I don't know. I'm sorry because I know this is like a little bit bleak, but actually what I'm feeling is like somebody is going to pass away and there's going to be some sort of inheritance. But I do feel that there is also probably going to be a shift if there is a career right now. My gut feeling looking at these cards is that purpose is going to unfold kind of in two different directions. Number one is going to be caretaking. I don't know if that's for children or for whoever I feel is going to be passing away. Actually, like, I mean, I'll be honest, the energy of passing away did come out past, but to me, it still feels very present. Like, that could be that somebody already passed away and like the house needs to be sold and like there's money that's going to come in from that. But when I look into the future, there is this energy of caretaking, and that medical intuition is a huge part of the purpose and fulfillment, like what the soul came here to do. There is a really very specific energy here about caretaking. And it feels to me more on the medical front than it does. And it doesn't have to be like deep nurse energy or like doctor energy, but I almost get the idea, like the feeling in this that, um, oh, she's a caregiver for her mom right now. Okay. Um, she's supposed to be doing that. That's that's what is supposed to be happening right now. So if it feels like that's blocking the money or career in any way, well, there is more career stuff, and I'm gonna get to that too. But this felt like the most important. She's supposed to be doing that. That is what she is supposed to be doing. She's supposed to be taking care of her mother. And I just want to say this too, because it came out this way. I don't know if she has sisters, but I feel like it's okay for her to kind of delegate some of it, but she'll never regret this moment taking care of her family. Now, and I see sisters or siblings like, it doesn't have to be hers, it could be like aunts too, or something like that. But I see other people. She was doing a house cleaning for someone who passed. Okay. She's supposed to be caretaking, so she needs to trust that. But on the other hand, there is stuff about career, about owning her own business. So I don't know if she already owns her own business, but she's supposed to be working in the she's supposed to be working on her own stuff. And I do feel that a lot of it needs to be digitized. Um, like selling the knowledge. So you just said she did like a house cleaning. I don't know if that is like a literal like washing the windows or more of like a saging. But I kind of feel like take the knowledge, solidify it, literally house cleaning. Okay. Take the knowledge and solidify it and sell it. Or like, I don't know if she creates product. That's not really what I felt. I feel more like she needs to be doing her own business. So if she's whatever her knowledge is and whatever she's interested in, she's going to start being pushed to pivot towards owning her own business. And I think a lot of that is supposed to help support her right now, with time and resources and time as a resource for her mother, because that is really what her purpose is supposed to be. And I just heard my guide say if she is caretaking, she needs to make sure that she's getting paid for that, not necessarily through her mom, but there are government programs that will pay family members that are caretaking. I wish I knew the name of them, but I do know that that is a thing. So like making sure that she's getting that money too. Okay, good. Okay, good. Good. So, that, because that to me feels important. Like it's going to be multiple streams of income, but I don't feel like the financial future is like bleak or anything like that. I just feel like she's going to get pushed into owning her own thing so that she has more time to actually spend doing this one thing right now, caretaking for her mom. That feels really pivotal to her life journey. I know she also asked about her love life, so I'll ask about that too. Let's see. Okay, popped me there. I don't know if she's already in a partnership. It came out a pair, but it did come out like this is not supposed to be the focus right now. So they came out, but the king, sorry, this is all backwards on the way I'm looking at it. The king came out reversed. So the partner is not up to the same vibrational match, but I feel like the partner is working towards it. Now, if that is already manifesting as a current relationship, this is calling for patience because it doesn't mean that it's not a match. Okay, no partner. Then to me, this means that the partner is being prepared, like percolating in the background. It's kind of like you've put in your order to the universe and now it's cooking in the kitchen. You kind of have to just trust that it's going to be served to you. But again, even the other cards that came out around it were also reversed. It's all backwards. It's like so hard to do. So they also came out reversed, but again, because to me, the focus is supposed to be even here, the thing between the partners is the caduceus, which is medical. So to me, right now, the focus is supposed to be mom. I know that can be draining, especially when you're caretaking for a parent, but it's kind of coming out like these other pieces, like your money, just trust that it's being taken care of. This partnership, just trust that it's cooking in the background. I will say, though, also with the Queen of Wands, now, I'm biased, okay, because the Queen of Wands is me. And here it's you. But the Queen of Wands is the only queen in the deck that has a domestic animal connected to it. So I do feel like if you don't have pets, this is also a call to go get a pet or spend time with pets, even volunteering with animals, because it is fulfilling on a level of companionship that you might not be getting right now because you don't have the partner, but that doesn't mean you can't have. Obviously, it's not the exact same, but a reciprocal, like, I love you, you love me, we're a happy family, Barney energy. Anyway, he's percolating in the background. The King of Wands being reversed doesn't mean that he's not going to be up to your standards. The fact that there's no partner and it comes out reversed to me just means that there's a delay in him coming. I get the impression this is about another year before. I don't feel like it's a year before he comes in. I feel like it's a year before it fully manifests as a relationship. I kind of feel like he's going to be in the background and then moves deeper into the foreground like next August. It's like about a year. But I do feel that by the holidays, you'll know who he is. Okay. Okay, let's see. I want to come back to this deck. I'm just going to give it a shuffle. Okay, let's see. A message from Spirit. I can't even believe, like, speaking of pets, I cannot even believe that Watson's not coming over here. Yes, ask another question, please. Please feel free. Ask as many questions. We've still got about half an hour. I mean, if we run out of questions, we'll end a little bit early, but ask as many questions as you would like. Okay, let's see. A message for my mother. Well, not surprising, all three of your children came right out. Hold on, I just want to separate the cards because I don't want it to be about us. Okay, I don't know why this is immediately what just came through when I flipped this card, but I heard Chicago. Chicago. Something about Chicago. And kind of like when I'm being pulled there, I mean, this isn't surprising for me with you, but I'm being pulled right. Oh, your job is based there? Okay. I was like, I'm being pulled right to the airport. Okay, let's see why that came out. Do you think BCD could get bought out? I'll give you a minute to answer that. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Like there's going to be their top guy left last year. Okay. I just heard a change in the regime. I don't know why that feels significant. I don't necessarily feel like you're I don't feel good or bad about it. I kind of just feel like that's going to be your exit strategy. You're going to be like, all right, okay, well, and maybe it's been since he left. Let me pull another card for it. Either way, this is coming out like this is your path towards purpose. It's not that this job is your purpose. It's almost like giving you the confidence to go off and actually do the thing. And there is stuff growing in the background. Like I see a lot of stuff growing in the background. And and you are like one of the cards that just came. I mean, you've got really good cards that came out across the board. You've got Judgment that just came out with work, which Judgment to me is always about coming into our soul's purpose and coming into alignment with that. But I actually think this job and not being so attached to it, and maybe that's why their regime needed to change over. Because I get the impression like whatever, like it's fine. You can leave, you can stay. It doesn't particularly matter. But I do feel like you need to go to Chicago. I also feel like you got the Star card, which is your card. That's Aquarius. And then you got the Fool, which is a new beginning. So you're on the precipice of it. But what I actually feel is happening right now is like tying up the loose ends, tying up the loose ends. And that's never the fun part of this journey. So it's almost like just hang in there kind of for like a season more. And I feel like that's a literal season. Like, I don't know if it's like at the end of summer into fall, it's going to shift and change. But to me, it kind of comes out like, the new beginning is already there. It's already starting to unfold for you, but it hasn't like sunk in that this is what's going to be happening. I definitely do feel more travel too. And I definitely feel more travel. Like, there's a ton of travel that's going to be coming up for you. It's not the planning piece that I feel is supposed to stay. It's the travel piece. Like, that's the piece. I don't necessarily feel like you have to, what I'm actually hearing is, locational wellness. That's what I just heard. And then my kitchen just clicked. Locational wellness. Not that I think you're supposed to be traveling and doing healings. I think you could if you wanted to. It's almost like you're supposed to be tuning into the frequency of the place that you're in and healing the actual locations, and then healing that theme. It's a theme, and that's what I just heard. Like I just heard like New York abrasive, and like you're supposed to be healing that within people who are either traveling there or live there or whatever. It's like there's an energy resonance to, I mean, I think we already know this, but I think you're supposed to be going deeper with that. And you're supposed to be getting messages from the land of the spaces that you're traveling to. But I do feel that you should go to Chicago. I don't know why I feel like that's a good space for you. I just keep seeing you like landing in that airport. I've never been to the airport. So, but I'm seeing O'Hara really clearly, like, and I'm seeing you with your luggage, like moving through there, and you're alone. So I don't know if you're going for work, but I definitely see a lot of travel, and I see a lot of travel with us and the family and stuff like that. But I also see a lot of solo stuff, and I do feel like that is a huge part of what you're supposed to be doing. Is like, and I see you writing about it too. I know you channel a lot through your writing, so I don't know if I'm feeling like you're channeling or if I actually feel like you are writing a book or a collection of blogs or something like that. But I'm definitely seeing the pen to paper when you're in the spot. It's like you're channeling the energy and the resonance and the frequency. I just heard the frequency too. Don't worry about money. Oops, I'm dropping cards. Money is okay. Whoa, like the cards like don't even want to stay in my hands. All of the symbols, you need to start drawing the symbols that you're seeing. I don't know if you do that. I know we talk about this a lot when you're dreaming or when you're having like stuff at night. You need to be drawing those, writing them down. This is the hardest thing, is to get this in the freaking frame. Do you see the symbols around her? Some of them are known, some of them are sacred geometry or whatever, but like you're supposed to be also drawing those down because you're going to start seeing the pattern and it's going to become clear to you. I just heard like as soon as you start writing them down, and you need a separate notebook. Don't put words in there. Words go in one and the pictures go in another. Like you need like a sketchbook. I don't know why Spirit is making that very distinct, but and then you're going to start understanding what it is that you're channeling. That's what I just heard. You're channeling from a very specific place, and it's not this galaxy. It's another galaxy. I don't know what the fuck is coming through right now. But channeling from another galaxy, and it's going to start making sense to you, whatever it is that you're challenging. Then you're going to learn how to speak that language. And then it's going to make sense to you. And then you're going to be going to, now it's all coming full circle. Then once you understand what it is that you're channeling and who you're channeling, and it is a specific group of light beings, by the way. So they are from the light. I feel that there's 7 of them in total. I don't feel that there's 7 like in that galaxy. I just feel that there is a group of 7 beings that you are channeling. And they're giving you these keys, and then they're giving you locations. They're giving you like coordinates of where you're supposed to be going in the world and channeling, because either there's portals or vortexes, or I don't know, whatever kind of language you want to use, but that's also where you're supposed to be going. It kind of like came full circle there, but and I heard, as I was just gonna wrap this up, like critically acclaimed for this. Like people will know you for this. Huh. I don't know if when I saw them, they weren't colored, although I didn't go that deep, but they were non-gendered. They were like androgynous. So, cool. Okay, I know I had some questions back up here. Okay, Jen, I'm going to get into you what's coming up work-wise. And then Lisa, I'll get to yours. Okay, let's see. Hi. You hanging out over there? Okay, well, Jen, everything just came up Leo. Leo. First and foremost, is your boss masculine? Is your boss a guy? Okay. I like him. I have a feeling he's going to offer you a position that you don't necessarily feel qualified for. That's you. That's not true. That's your own thoughts, feelings, perceptions. And I have a feeling he's already been looking, watching, seeing. And I feel like either they're going to create a new role for you, or moreover, I think that it's a position that already exists in another division or like another part of the company. I don't know what that means. That's kind of just how I heard it. So it's like it doesn't necessarily exist where you currently are, but okay, makes sense. Great. That's coming in August. That's coming in August. So he's already like looking at you and being like, oh, okay. I think that you have what it takes, but it's because it's going to be new to everybody where you are. That is going to, I think, feel a little bit scary for you, but don't get into fear. This is to stretch you and to challenge you and to give you new opportunities. And really the two of you are going to end up being lateral, maybe not right away, but like almost like you're the head of your division and then he's going to be the head of his division or something like that. And then the two of you are going to really be collaborating. So hopefully you like him, because I see you working with him like pretty deeply. He's deeper than he seems. He's more intuitive than he seems. I don't know if you keep kind of like the spiritual separate from, he'd be like so into the spiritual stuff. he'd be so into it. He would be so into it. He is kind of like closeted spiritual. That's how I feel him. But I really like his energy. To me, he's very tender. He's really emotionally intelligent. And I think he sees a lot of potential in you and he wants to help you elevate. That's how I feel it. Like he is a key to elevating your energy. I'm going to give a second for you to ask a follow-up question if you have it here while I've got your cards out. But to whoever asked if it records so we can listen back, yes, it's going to post on YouTube. It's going to post the whole thing on YouTube. I would assume. I don't actually know if that's true or not, but I would almost guarantee that that's where this is going to end up. Which is kind of also why I did it on here. So it's nice and easy for people to access. This is a smoothie, by the way. It's fun cup for smoothie. Okay. I don't think Jen has any other questions there. If you do, just let me know. We'll come back to it. Okay. Lisa, let me look at yours. You're writing something and don't like how it's, where did that question go? And you don't like how it's going. Okay. Well, I'm not surprised. First and foremost, your father came through. I feel like your dad is always all over your cards, Lisa. Almost like you're supposed to be writing his story first. Open up your senses. Ooh. Just keep writing. It's okay that you don't like what you're writing. It comes out that it's okay. Sometimes it just comes through, even though he's still here. Doesn't matter. Sometimes it comes through like the energy needs to be heard still. So it comes out patience, that what you're building is you're actually building more than you recognize in the background, but it's okay. Don't edit. That's what I just heard. Like, do not edit as you write, just write. And then come back to it like 6 months from now and edit it. It's fine. It's like, sometimes it needs space to cook. And if you keep kind of like writing and then editing or like slashing and taking off, like you're losing your brainchild is what I just heard. So, it's okay that the pieces don't all come together like this. Like you have this idea and it writes through. It takes time for the idea to settle, and then like something that you'll write will end up sparking something else for you. But I feel like you're writing about your dad, not about you, or about whatever it is that you're writing about. Like I actually feel like writing about him, his life, your experiences with him, whatever, is actually going to lubricate your creative senses more than like trying to sit down and figure out the thing. If you really want, I also just, I can't think of the name of the book. I think it's called Light the Page on Fire. I think it's called Light the Page on Fire. Before we end, I will put that in the chat. Before we end, towards the end of the hour, and I want to make sure that I just get to the next question. But I will put like a link to it in the chat. I think it's called Set the Page on Fire, Light the Page on Fire, something like that. But it's a really good writing book just to help you get into a flow that isn't connected to whatever you're writing. This is normal. Like every single writer has to go through this. It's just a part of the process. So trust that you're just in the process. And then the card that came out is the Nine of Pentacles, which means that you're building something that hasn't come to fruition yet, which is fine. And then the Six of Wands, which is all about victory and success. So the cards that you got around it, and then your dad. So the cards that you got around it are wonderful. It's almost just like get out of your own way. And sometimes when you're staring at it, like when you're really looking at it, sometimes like the words blur. And metaphorically speaking, but also obviously literally. So if you kind of like take a step away from it and write something else, you'll see it with fresh eyes. I just heard that too. Okay. Let's see. Let you know about your finances. Ooh, okay. Ooh, Queen of Wands is just popping out all over today. Well, I will tell you, whatever partner is coming in for you, will be taking care of you in many ways. But financially is also going to be a part of that. Not that I am like the last person. This is very alternative to my school of thinking. So, I am the last person to be like, marry rich, but I kind of feel like that's what you're doing. So, I am more under the school of thought of like when Cher said that she was the rich man, like that's me. Like I'm always like, yeah, I want to be that. I don't want to rely upon, but it actually comes out. I think it's going to be both. I think your own finances are going to be fine and strong and stable, but I do also feel like you're going to whatever partner you're meeting is definitely going to be taking care of you financially. What comes out here as far as money goes is, oh, I just flipped this over. The two words that I heard are create and collaborate. You need to be creating. You need to be working with other groups of people. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do something creative to monetize it. It doesn't. But I do feel like money will come in for you more when you're not stagnating like your energy into one box. That's more of what I feel like. You're trying to funnel it into one box and this has to be the thing that works, and like almost like over investing, not to say in the wrong thing, but just not enough options open. So I feel like break down the boxes, break down the walls of the box, and step outside of it, because it's not supposed to be all you. It's supposed to be you and a team of people making something come to fruition together. And it's definitely creative. And I also get the impression that it's connected to my gut reaction looking at this is animals, but what I'm going to say is the vulnerable. Like you're supposed to be working with a team of people kind of creatively and it could be creative problem solving. It doesn't have to be like, painting for profit. I don't know. Like it doesn't have to be something like that. It could be more along the lines of, here's a problem that I see in my town. I'm going to work with a group of people to like make that not a problem, or to make that less of a problem. Doesn't feel nonprofit to me, but it feels very similar in like strong cause, strong ethics, helping people who really need it, but a lot of creativity and a lot of fun. There is a lot of fun connected to this. And And it does feel like a new opportunity. This came out kind of a couple times for people, but does feel like a new opportunity that is going to be. And again, the caduceus is there, so it could be for. But there's just a lot of animals. There was a lot of animals throughout all of the cards that I pulled here. So it could be very specific to animals, but it could also be pairing like hospice. I don't. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a service animal, like for people who are medically impaired. It could be like connecting animals to almost like second chance. I don't know if that's second chance usually is like a second adoption, but that's kind of what I just heard. And I don't know if it's going to be something specific medically, but I do feel like there is either for animals or for I just keep hearing vulnerable, helping the vulnerable. That's where money is going to come in for you. Don't try to put it all in one box. I don't even know what you do. I don't know what your life is like, but hopefully that'll end up making sense. Okay. What I am going to do is, if there's any other questions, you can still drop them in. We still have time, and I'm certainly in no rush, but I want to make sure I get that book for Lisa or anyone else who wants it. So let me just pull this up. I'll still take questions. And then I am also going to put my Venmo if anyone wants to donate. And again, if you have an ex-guide dog, I love that so much. That's always what I've been feeling that too. Like I want a dog, but I want to get like a retired police dog or like an ex-guide dog or something like that. Something along those lines. I'm wondering if maybe you're supposed to be doing something, not necessarily with him, but like to help other people. Jen, give me 1 second. I'm going to look at that. Let me pull up, set the page on fire. Okay. I'm going to post a link for this book. And then I will, and then I'll ask your question. Next time I'll just pull these up. I wouldn't have thought of this, but I do get a lot of resources like this, so I should have thought of that beforehand. Okay, here's a link to the book. You don't have to buy it from here or buy it at all. You can go to your library. I'm a big advocate for like using your library and using Kindle and all of that stuff. But if you want to buy it, that's through bookshop.org. So it donates to local mom and pop bookshops, which I really like. So mine, that's an affiliate link for my town. We have a little bookshop in Lenox that is part of the reason why I was like, I want to move here. And then I'm also going to put my Venmo, which is, and again, you don't have to donate, but if you want to, you can donate there. And then Jen, I'll look at your health. And if there's any last minute questions that anyone wants to put in the chat, we'll wrap up with those. Let's see. Whoop. Whoop. Okay, that card wanted to come out. First and foremost, you need to be drinking more water. You're doing so much energy work, and it's not, you need to be drinking more water so that it can move more freely, because I do feel like you're moving, especially with the bowls, like you're moving a lot more energy than you realize. And uh, almost like make sure you're balancing the scales. Like playing the bowls too much is going to, it's almost like eat something heavy after, not heavy maybe, but um like I don't want the water to just go right through you. Like it needs to like you need to almost like restabilize your energy, because it's almost coming out like it can be too clean when you're doing the bowls. Nonpareils, yeah. But really it's coming out water, like hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Especially, I don't know if you get headaches or migraines, but that's also where I'm being pulled, like all up to your head. Like literally everything is water, 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 water. And then the other important thing is making sure that you're stretching. Um, I don't know how often you're moving your body. That doesn't particularly feel here or there to me. Like there's a necessity to move the body or not move the body. To me, it feels more like you need to be stretching, especially your lower back and your core, and not working out, stretching. Um, so I feel like do some gentle exercises, like literally just go on YouTube and plug in, like lower back stretches or something like that. It feels to me all lower, like that lower abdomen, more around where your sacral chakra is. It feels to me like all of like that space going around is needing to be stretched, not worked out, stretched. The other thing that I feel, this is what I was trying to get at before when I was like, eat something. Uh, you need to be eating. I don't know what this is Ayurvedically, so sorry. I actually think it's Vata. I think it's Earth. But again, I could be wrong. But you need to be eating like pumpkin, like not warming necessarily, but more of those like what you would eat during winter, to that they're considered, I guess, warming because they would keep us warm, but more of like squash, potatoes, like that kind of stuff. Not that I think your energy is too clean. I think that was the wrong language before, but like you need to be grounding your energy, because it's almost like too much is moving through. But do I feel like your health there's anything specific with your health? No. I feel more like stretch, drink a lot of water, and make sure that your lower back is protected. That's the area that I'm being drawn to. Okay. And then I think we had one more. Okay, let's see for Julie's health. Okay, sleep. I'm not sure if you're sleeping too much. That's probably not the case. Usually people are not sleeping enough. You need to be focusing on sleep. Either your sleep is being disrupted, or that's actually just what I heard. Disrupted sleep. Have some fat before bed. Like some nut butter, or like a little bit of, not a ton, not a lot, just a little bit. You can even do like a shot of olive oil if you want, or some avocado. because part of what I feel is happening is your blood sugar is spiking in the middle of the night, which is not uncommon. That's what starts to wake us up. But what happens when our sugar and our adrenaline and all of that, like our adrenals are all off, is that spike is very dramatic. So instead of waking us up slowly, it wakes us up very instantly. Fat will help level that out. So I feel like just a little bit of fat is going to go a long way if you're having disrupted sleep. And then seeing how you feel, because to me, I don't feel necessarily anything in particular with your health that I'm overly concerned about, except for the fact that I don't feel that you're operating at 100. I just feel, well, I did just hear, go get your hormones checked. Make sure that everything is just balanced. It may not be anything significant. It could just be a shift in your hormones. Again, like especially with your adrenals or something like that. Sometimes it's just a minor shift that happens within our body, but the impact is so drastic. So I do feel like just rule that out, and make sure that your hormones are all stable. But other than that, I feel like it's just sleep. I just feel like you're not getting enough sleep. You're operating at less than 100, and then you're almost like trying to push through. If you less and less caffeine. Again, this is when I know spirit is really channeling through me, because it is never my MO to not have more caffeine in my system. I feel like less caffeine and more organic, like a mushroom coffee or like cacao, something that is going to give you the gentle wake up instead of that harsh wake up. And getting your face out into the sun, like don't go on your phone first thing in the morning. When you open your eyes, go stand outside just for a minute. 1 minute is going to be significant. It's going to start recalibrating your circadian rhythm. And then you'll start to get tired more organically, and then you'll sleep deeper. So just like small minor things are going to help. And if you get that midday slump, I just heard, don't meditate or do something relaxing, do something energizing. So like taking a walk in the middle of the day, always tired. Okay, yeah. So start with that. Start with a little bit of fat at night. Start getting your face out in the sun first thing in the morning. No phone, no electronics, no nothing. Because what this does is it putting our, especially in the middle of the night, like if you're up in the middle of the night, do not go on your phone. It's better to do literally anything else. Get up and wash your dishes. That's better for you than actually being on your phone, because then it's waking our body up, because it's light, it's UV light. Okay. Once you get up, go outside, face in sun. Doesn't matter if it's cloudy, if it's the sun's not up yet, whatever. Just go put your face in the sun the second that the sun is out. Right now it's summer, so it's easy. And then no like midday meditation, no like, I know when you're like tired, you're like, let me just shut down and like meditate for like 5 minutes instead or whatever. No, that's the time that you need to like go and get on a walking pad, get outside and walk, do like a quick dance, plug your headphones in and dance to your favorite song for like 5-10 minutes. When you're getting that midday slump, you need the energizing, not the decompressing, and you need natural organic energy, not caffeine. That after, I just heard it's going to take about 3 weeks, and then it'll start to recalibrate. So, but do get your hormones tested, because I feel like that may be a piece of it. I'm not a doctor, but that's kind of what I got in the interim. All right, everybody. We'll be doing this next month. So I will see you guys next month. Thank you guys for being here. And have a wonderful rest of your weekend. See you guys.